Assalamu alaikum. Hope you all are doing well. Myself, Mavia Masood from DVM final year, and I'm going to present a case study regarding theriogenology, which is presented by Society for Theriogenology. And the topic of my case report is scrotal swelling with suppurative and necrotizing epididymitis and funiculitis in a dog. So, as you know, epididymitis and orchitis may occur separately or jointly, orchioepididymitis or with extension to the vaginal tuning and adhesions to the scrotum. Those conditions typically occur in a young dog 2 to 3 years of age but can range from 11 months to 10 years of age. And there is no breeding disposition reported. Dogs may have acute to chronic disease with the acute disease process associated with pain, lethargy, scrotal edema, and purulent preputial discharge. An 8-year, 21 kg male Australian Shepherd dog was examined because of an enlarged scrotum that was extremely painful to the touch. The owner reported dog's difficulty to defecate, lethargic appearance, and decreased appetite. The dog was used for the natural breeding 1 week prior to the clinical signs that were originally attributed to the back pain until the owner noticed the swollen scrotum. On physical examination, the dog appeared in a good general health. Vitals were within the normal limit and had a body condition score of 4. The dog was bright, alert, afebrile. Digital transrectal examination revealed a bilaterally enlarged prostate that was not painful on palpations, more than symmetrical. All other physical examination findings were within the normal limit. The clinical signs of straining to defecate and back pain noted by the owner appeared to be related to the enlarged scrotum. Ultrasonography of the left scrotum revealed marked swelling of the spermatic core almost 2 cm diameter and epididymis. Evaluation of the right scrotum did not indicate remarkable changes nor findings related to those affecting the left scrotum. The owner elected for hemicastration as the right testis does not appear to be affected. The owner requested this remains in hope of preserving the patient's future fertility. All other laboratory findings were within the normal limit. Dog was referred to surgery and induced with intravenous propofol and maintained on isoflurane and oxygen throughout the procedure. At surgery, torsion of the left testis was not appreciated as the epididymis was in proper orientation, but the left testis veins was grossly distended and there was evidence of pinpoint abscess in the vas deferens and pampiniform plexus. Open castration was performed and all abnormal tissues was removed as completely as possible. The cord was double ligated with 2 gut suture material. The incision was closed with 2-0 monocryl subcut and surgical glue. Immediately after surgery, the surgical site was treated with cold compresses for 10 minutes and the dog was placed on NSAIDs for pain management for 3 to 5 days duration. Pathological evaluation of epididymis and spermatic cord revealed extensive necrosis, hemorrhage, pools of neutrophils and fibrin, and loss of epididymal anatomic detail. Most cross sections of the head of the epididymis were obliterated by suppurative inflammation, and the surrounding soft tissue had edema, neutrophils, and hemorrhage. Pools of the free sperm were also present in the regions of necrosis. The inflammation extended to the proximal margin of the spermatic cord. The final diagnosis was severe suppurative and necrotizing epididymitis and funiculitis. The primary pathogen, which is E. coli, was confirmed. The vasodilation in this case suggested that the patient additionally suffered from a spermatic cord torsion of the affected testes. The patient completed follow-up evaluations with a local veterinarian. Although the recommended repeat culture was not performed, a semen analysis was performed 3 months after surgery. Dog had limited sperm production but with subjectively low number and low motility. 5 months after surgery, the dog was used for natural breeding, resulting in a litter of 6 healthy pups. At 9 months after surgery, semen collection and evaluation were performed at another facility and the dog had an ejaculate containing 650 million total sperm with 98% total motility and 93% normal morphology. Differential diagnosis for scrotal swelling include epididymitis, orchitis, neoplasia, and testicular torsion. All dogs presenting with an enlarged scrotum should be tested for canine brucellosis regardless of age or breeding status. Treatment for these diseases process requires removal of affected testes. Antibiotic therapy alone is rarely curative. Pathogenesis of orchitis or epididymitis involves inflammation of the secretal contents due to the infection or autoimmune destruction. Infection can take place either by retrograde movement of organisms from the prostate or lower urinary tract, hemorrhages spread, or via direct entry from a bite penetrating wound. In case of the retrograde infection, orchitis or epididymitis, the testes and epididymis will swell and form numerous tiny intraluminal abscesses. The chronicity of the infection will frequently cause the epididymis to become fibrotic and the testes to degenerate and scar. Organisms commonly associated with the orchitis or epididymitis are E. coli, which is the most common, and Brucella canis, Proteus vulgaris, Staphylococcus species, Streptococcus species, and Mycoplasma canis, Blastomyces dermatitis, and canine distemper virus.